Hey there, YouTube follower. I wanted to show you something that I did today in my 2012 Dodge Ram 2500 4x4 ST. ST is like standard trim, I don't know, but it's like the bottom of the line. Or to them, it's the bottom of the line. I have a ton of power options in the truck. Windows, locks, heated mirrors, turn signals, power mirrors. I got air conditioning. You know, it's for an ST package. It's more than enough. I got rubber floors, which is pretty cool. Anyway, one of the things I noticed, and I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, was there was a cap in my center console, and it looks like this cap was designed. Is basically like a. To me, it looked like a cover for maybe a higher grade trim package. Maybe there was a cigarette lighter, or maybe even just a light inside the center console. So I decided to pull that cap off. There's nothing written on the cap, and that behind the cap is kind of hollowed out. And I thought, well, hey, that'd be a great spot to put a power outlet. So I came across this website called PowerWerx, POWERWERX.com, and they have a whole bunch of marine grade USB ports with the rubber protective covers, and they're kind of higher power USB ports, so you can charge iPads, iPhones, a couple of them at the same time. So I ordered a couple of those for my camper and for this armrest, and it couldn't have gone any easier. It fit right in. I think it's an 1.1 inch opening. I'll show you what they look like when they're not in the box, when they're not in the armrest, and I'll show you here just in a second what it looks like when it's in the armrest. It took no time at all to do this. The hardest part was running the wires. Even that was pretty simplistic. So let me show you what it looks like here inside the console. I'm holding the cap up here so you can see what this looks like. But it's not overly bright, which I like. It's not super bright, so when you open the thing at night, it's blinding or anything like that. But it's nice, deep shade of blue. It's got 2 outlets in it. It's got a total of 4.2 amps on the output combined. So 2.1 for each. Simple math. I graduated high school. Anyways, so that went in lickety split. This took a little time. This pops out. I'll pull it back a little bit, just like that. And it's got this, I don't know what you want to call that. Somebody mentioned piping. I don't know what it is, but basically it fits inside that channel all the way around, and it's now coming out, which is not a problem because it just pops back in. Very simple. And it stays in there. I pulled that out. That's the point of the story. I pulled all this out, all the way around. And again, it snaps back in, so don't be shy. Underneath this is a piece of metal framework that wraps around. And then underneath the metal framework is just foam. Pull the foam down, you can get right to the back of this where the plug is. And I just ran some wires straight back down this hinge, and follow the hinge down to where it meets the seat cushion, and then ran the wires back towards the front underneath that seat cushion, very well hidden, and then underneath this basically comes out right by the seat rail, the seat frame rail. I ran it underneath this and over in here, and right under here I have a secret compartment. This is where the stick shift would go if this was a standard. Under here, I thought when I bought the truck would be a great spot to mount all of my DC terminal blocks. Let me see if I can find a flashlight. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay, the top terminal block is controlled by a relay, which is controlled by the ignition. So when I turn the ignition on, everything that's on the top terminal block is controlled by the key. So battery chargers like flashlight chargers, I got a couple of radios in here. Those shut off with the key. All those are through that top block. The bottom block is for constant power. So anything plugged into that gets constant 12 volts. So I just grabbed one of those terminals. I don't have a lot of stuff that stays on constant, which brings me to my next point. I wanted this outlet to stay on constant because I am a fire investigator north of Boston, and I need my department iPhone, which I use to conduct my investigations. I needed my department iPhone to be charged all the time. So I wanted that to be charging all the time, plugged in and ready to go. There have been plenty of times during the winter when it's like 6 degrees out and I come out here and the thing is stone dead. So I needed that to be live. And that worked. And that's about that for inside the console. There's all my radio garbage. That all comes on and off with the key. And lots of beeping because the door's open. Anyway, so all that shuts off or turns on and off with the key. Open the door because the interior has a timer on it. Open the door, everything shuts off. All controlled by that relay that I put under the hood. Very simple. And that's about that. This is what they look like before you put them in. Very simple. Positive and a negative terminal. Very simple. Again, this is a 1/8 inch and an eighth. Sorry, this is an 1 1/8 diameter fitting. So if you have an 1 1/8 hole, you can stuff this into it. This cinches up on the back nice and tight, and then there you go. I like the cover because the cover fits in there very snugly. It doesn't feel like it's going to wear out anytime soon. It's got the 2 tabs that feed right into the 2 USB ports. This is one for another project that's going in my camper. I have a wall plate with a couple of these going in, voltage and temperature, and an on-off switch, courtesy of PowerWorks. Well, courtesy of my bank account, but PowerWorks designed them. Anyways, again, 4.2 amps. Divide that by 2 for each. There you go. And nice quality product. It fits on there nice and snug, so I know that moisture will stay out of it. If I happen to spill a coffee and it goes into my armrest or anything like that, something stupid, you know, accidents happen. It feels like nothing's going to get in there. Okay, there she is. I hope you found this video somewhat informative. Maybe your ST package comes with that same little cap and you don't know what to do with it, or you've never even seen it. So go take a look for it and drop some comments or whatever. I know I have a subscriber, so maybe my 1 subscriber will say, hey, nice job. Hey, you're a loser. Hey, you wasted your time. Anyways, that's what I did. Life will be a little bit easier, and I hope I can make somebody else's life easier too. If you have any comments or questions, put them in. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.